You're walking home alone. The streets are empty, silent, except for one sound.
Teke.
You turn, no footsteps, no shadows, just the sound of something pulling itself closer. If you answer wrong, you'll never see daylight again. This is the legend of Teke Teke. Stay until the end, because what I'll reveal may change how you see fear itself. The story of the Teke Teke begins not as a myth, but as a human tragedy, a tale whispered in Japan's dark corners, rooted in a life cut brutally short. Her name, in most whispers, is Kashima Reiko. A young woman tormented and broken, wandered the night alone. Her world had shriveled to darkness, her heart heavy with a despair that clawed at her soul. That despair led her to a deserted train station. Whether she jumped or was pushed onto the tracks is a secret swallowed by the shadows. What is certain is the blinding headlight of the oncoming train and the scream that never left her lips. The impact was merciless. The train tore her body in half. In the cold, echoing silence, her lower half vanished into the night, lost forever. But her agony did not end there. Such a brutal, unjust death twisted her soul into something monstrous. She became an Onryo, a vengeful spirit consumed by rage. They say her spirit clawed its way back, bound to this world by pain and a thirst for vengeance. Now she is a nightmare, crawling on her hands and elbows, dragging her torn body across the ground. The sound she makes is a chilling, wet scrape. Teke, teke, tek. She haunts the places of her torment, abandoned train platforms and cold, lonely school bathrooms. If you see her, she will lock eyes with you, dead, empty eyes, and ask in a voice that chills the blood, "Where are my legs?" Legend says there is a right answer, but hesitate or falter and her fury is unleashed. She will lunge, impossibly fast, and tear your legs away, so you crawl in darkness just like her. In Japan, schools are not just places of learning. They are vessels for lingering energy, where the echoes of youthful joy and anguish can curdle into something sinister. Countless tales of hauntings permeate these halls after dark. But no place within these walls inspires more dread than the school bathroom. It's a place of stark vulnerability, of cold tiles and unforgiving mirrors, where a student is truly, utterly alone. Fueled by bravado and ghost stories whispered in the hallways, a group of girls concocted a test of courage. One friend, quieter than the rest, was dared to enter the third-floor girls' bathroom alone after sunset and call out to the spirits said to reside there. Trying to project an image of calm she did not feel, she stood before the long mirror, methodically brushing her hair. The rhythmic strokes were a fragile defense against the oppressive silence, broken only by the hum of the fluorescent lights and the slow, steady drip of a leaky faucet. Then, an unnatural chill dropped the temperature in the room. A strange, icy vapor began to crawl across the surface of the mirror, obscuring her reflection not with the warmth of steam, but with a deathly cold. Within the swirling mist, a new reflection took shape. It was not her own. A gaunt, corpse-pale face with tangled black hair appeared in the glass, its eyes bottomless pits of despair, staring straight through her. Her heart pounded as the apparition sharpened. It was the upper half of a woman, severed at the waist, floating behind her. Teke Teke, the spirit of vengeance. The air grew thick, and a dry, rasping whisper slithered from the reflection, a sound like dead leaves skittering across pavement.
Do you know where my legs are?
I don't know. Please, I don't know.
The spirit's face contorted in rage. The overhead lights began to flicker violently, plunging the room into a strobing nightmare before the heavy door slammed shut with a deafening boom, sealing her inside. A horrifying scraping sound began to echo from the stalls, the sound of fingernails dragging across tile. Worried by the sudden silence, her friends eventually forced the door open. They found her crumpled and unconscious on the cold floor, her mind shattered by the encounter. She was taken from the school that night, and her desk in the classroom remained forever empty, a silent testament to the night she met the Teke Teke. A university student missed the last bus, so he cut across the train station shortcut. The platform was empty. Then he heard it. Not footsteps, not the train. Scrape, drag, scrape, drag. He turned and saw her, a woman crawling with terrifying speed, faster than he could run. He bolted for the exit, but the sound grew louder.
Teke Teke, Teke Teke.
When he finally reached the gate, he risked one last look back, but the platform was empty. The next day, he swore he found bloody fingernail marks across his sneakers. For truck drivers on Japan's rural highways, the long, dark hours are a lonely vigil. The endless asphalt can play tricks on a tired mind, but among long haulers, there are whispers of something far worse than hallucinations, a legend that haunts the loneliest roads. One veteran driver recalled a grueling trip through the mountains. It was well past midnight, the road utterly deserted. The only sound was the low rumble of his engine, a hypnotic beat that threatened to lull him into a dangerous stupor. Suddenly, his high beams caught a dark shape sprawled across the asphalt. His heart leaped as he slammed on the brakes. His first thought, a fallen cyclist, or maybe an animal. But as he got closer, the shape moved unnaturally. With a sickening scrape, it lifted its torso, using only its arms. Its lower body was simply gone. The headlights revealed the horror. A woman, severed at the waist. Her eyes were hollow pits of rage that seemed to absorb the light, and they were fixed on him. Panic seized him. He floored the accelerator, but the thing was impossibly fast. It propelled itself on its hands with a terrifying scraping sound. Teke, Teke, Teke. His speedometer read 80 kilometers per hour, yet she kept pace effortlessly.
Where are my legs?
In blind terror, he wrenched the wheel, the truck swerving violently. He fought for control, bringing it to a shuddering halt. He dared to look. The road was empty, the night silent. He tried to dismiss it as a hallucination. But when he stepped out, his flashlight revealed deep, jagged claw marks gouged into the passenger side door. The proof was undeniable. At a rural station, a janitor worked the graveyard shift. Every night, the same routine. But this night was different. He heard something dragging across the floor. Thinking it was an animal, he shined his flashlight. And there she was, a woman's torso, glaring at him. Before he could move, she launched forward with unnatural speed. He dropped his mop and fled the station. The next morning, the mop was missing, but a smear of blood led straight to the tracks. In the 1990s and early 2000s, Japanese forums began spreading Teke Teke stories. Soon, Children were whispering them in schools. Teenagers dared each other to walk alone at night, and people swore they saw her. In bathrooms, on tracks, even on highways. Psychologists call this mass hysteria. Fear spreads like wildfire. One story turns into 10, 10 become 100, and soon, people believe the legend is real. A boy walking home swore he saw a woman's torso chasing him down an alley. He never used that street again. A group of teens filming a dare claimed they caught her reflection in a mirror, but only half a body appeared. An office worker said she felt watched in the bathroom. When she looked in the mirror, a pale face whispered behind her ear. So what's the truth? 1. Railway trauma. Every year, accidents and suicides occur on Japan's railways. The legend may be society's way of coping with unexplainable grief. 1. Sound and shadows. At night, our brains exaggerate noises. A branch scraping, a train echo, footsteps, all can become the dreaded Teke Teke. 1. Sleep paralysis and night terrors. Some encounters match symptoms of sleep paralysis. Seeing figures, feeling chased, hearing voices. 1. Social contagion stories shared by children then amplified online create a loop of belief. The legend becomes self-sustaining. But here's the question that science can't answer. Why do people across Japan, people who never met, never spoke, describe her the exact same way? The scraping, the speed, the question, where are my legs? Maybe Teke Teke is only a story, or maybe she's still searching for what she lost. So tonight, if you hear something dragging behind you, don't look back, because she might already be there. This is Beyond Fear, where we explore the legends and explain the fear.